The Chicago Bears are 9-3. Just got a huge win against the Eagles. Welcome back to the Bears Film Room Show podcast. We appreciate you tuning in on this post-game show. Given our instant reactions to start it off, Vic, this is a big one. I'm going to go ahead and go first. I'll pass the mic over to you.
Please.
This is I hate to say I'm lost for words, but the Bears continue to show us that they are just different this year. They continue to win games in different ways. This one with the ground game, right? DeAndre Swift, Kyle Monungai. What a 1-2 punch. When you have stats going back to Walter Payton in regards to having two, I think this is the first time since Walter Payton. And who was the other?
Matt Suey.
Matt Suey.
There's the fullback. Mm-hmm.
When you have to go back that far, yeah, crazy is the word there. So shout out to this run game, but more importantly, this offensive line. It's the best I think I've seen in my lifetime. And I know I'm only 28 years old, but this is ridiculous. The way they were moving Philadelphia and that D-line is something else because Philly is no joke. I mean, they are dominant. And what they saw or what they did today to go into Philadelphia and to beat the defending champs, not just in the way, not just to beat them, but dominate them, took their will. And shout out to Caleb Williams because I know the box score,
we'll get to
haters, whatever you want to get to, they're going to look at this and it's not pretty, but he made throws when he needed to consistently on third and fourth down in the second half. And it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't perfect, but he delivered when they needed him to. And then on top of that, he threw the haymaker, right? It's one thing, you get these little jabs, big punches, right? DeAndre Swift, Kyle Monungai, they did their best to kind of knock these Eagles out. Same with Joe Tooney, Drew Dahlman, Darnell Wright, Ozzie Trapillo, who's the left guard?
Oh, Jonah Jackson.
Jonah Jackson. They did their best to kind of knock this Philadelphia team out, and they obviously did a majority of the work. But what Caleb Williams did to deliver that touchdown throw to Cole Kmet when he had an easy check down where he could have probably picked up 3 or 4 yards on that check down, and then it's probably a 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. But instead, he throws in these conditions on the road with about 6 minutes left. He threw a haymaker, man, and it knocked the Eagles out. Of course, it got a little bit dicey at the end. Rome caught the onside kick. Shout out to him. But what we saw from Caleb there, to have the confidence to make that throw, despite everything, right? He had not a lot of drops today, but more of like falling down on routes. Yeah. It was a weird surface, but the confidence there and to deliver in a big time moment with the national audience that was watching that game. There's a lot of things to clean up, but man, he is special when it comes to these plays, especially outside the pocket. And I just want to say, man, I'm so happy, and I'm proud to be like a Bears fan. It's weird. You're 9-3. Yep. You're first in NFC North, which is an arm race within itself. You get Green Bay next week, but man, you're second in the NFC. You're a game out of the number 1 seed, and
from a team that was 5-12.
Yeah, next time we play, it's going to be December. And you know what? This offense translates to December football. This run game is playoff ready. And I'm just so excited for this team. I can't wait to see what they continue to do and improve on. And then Ben Johnson just ripped his shirt off in the post-game locker room speech. So free hot dogs. And this team is this culture is just so fun. Yeah. And like I said, I just can't wait to see where this thing goes from here. It's just fun. It's just bonus football at this point. So, Fick, how are you feeling, man?
Of course, I'm on fucking cloud 10. We talked about it, right? Or cloud 9, whatever the phrase is. I am through the roof is basically where I'm trying to get at. But we talked about it. This game was a statement win, right? It had to be. The whole talk of the season, you're not playing any good teams. No teams above 500. You're winning. And we talked about, hey, you can't control who's in front of you. You just have to play them. Yeah. The Eagles had a really good defense. Now, the better pass defense than probably the run defense, at least today, but they have a good defense. It has been. And this was a statement win, not in a way that like, oh, not only did you beat a good team, you dominated the strength of their team. The offense dominated against their defense. It wasn't like, we took advantage of the worst part of their team. We took advantage of the best part of the Eagles. Their offense hasn't been good all year, and it continued to show this year, and the Bears found a way to keep their momentum going on offense. We've talked about it with this team. They find different ways to win. Ben Johnson, I think sometime in the season, or maybe it was before the season, says, hey, if there's a game where I need to pass it 50 times, I will. If there's a game where I need to run it 50 times, I will. At one point in this game, I was like, Ben Johnson, I hope you run it the rest of the game, because they had 7 yards per pop on run. They had 244 rushing yards before the fourth quarter. In the first quarter,
it's crazy.
They had 120 rushing yards. You even and you're it's funny because your bold take was like 160 yards. I'm like, man, that wasn't bold compared to the numbers they put on their team. I mean, the numbers this team put on their back for today. So that was awesome. So shout out to you on that, getting it right. They fucking blew through those. But also another big thing that we didn't talk about, this defense, man. Ben don't break type mentality, but it's the turnovers. Nashawn Wright has now been a part of 8 turnovers. That was his first forced fumble, but he's had 3 fumble recoveries, and he has 5 picks and a pick 6, right? It's crazy. Now, he got bodied by A.J. Brown, but A.J. Brown is like 300 pounds heavier than you, so you're trying your best, I promise. But you still found a way to make a huge play on 4th down to stop the tush push and get the ball back, right? We didn't score on it, but you did a great job of stopping them from scoring. And then Kevin Byard, hats off, man. 6 interceptions. Pay that man. I know he's up for an extension. I don't care. If we slightly overpay, you need someone like that in the locker room, and he's performing well enough that he deserves the money, even if it's a short-term deal. But I say all that to say this defense did what they needed to do. The Eagles' offense wasn't great, right? We know that, and they haven't been, but they held them to under 15 points. You hold a team under 15 points in the NFL, you should win the game, and the Bears did. And I say this every week. 2 turnovers or more, the Bears are undefeated this year. I think they're 7-0 when they have at least 2 turnovers, and they had 2 turnovers. So overall, this team won by the run game on offense. They won by the defense doing what they need to do in the turnover game, and you beat a solid, actually maybe more than solid. They've been rocky, but it's a Super Bowl champion team that was 8-3 at the time. So you beat them. That's not a statement to the national media. Look, we're going to beat whoever's in front of us, and now you have a great matchup next Sunday at home against the Packers. And obviously we're not there yet, but like you can keep this momentum going because the Bears are 9-1 in their last 10 games. Crazy to think about. So I am just so excited because this team finds ways to win in different areas. They were down their linebackers again. They've dealt with injuries. It was huge having Jalen Johnson back. I think he had 2 PBUs. Having Kyler Gordon back, no one really targeted him, so that's great to see. So overall, if this team can get healthy, they can get really dangerous. But I don't know. I'm just so excited. I basically said everything you said, but adding icing on it. It's just what a win, you know?
Yeah. Nashawn Wright, he continues to make plays. You got to bring him back next year. He stopped a play that was deemed unstoppable for a lot of the year. It's so successful. And for him to go around, and then not even that, he obviously rips the ball and it's loose, but then he has to go in, dive into the scuffle, and then rips it from Jalen Hurts' hands. Like, it's those little things, the effort, the extra effort that this team and Ben Johnson, Dennis Allen, this coaching staff, they have these guys playing with a level of effort that is just, it's very, very rare in the NFL. You look at the Eagles. I did not see that today. Sure, they played hard, especially when A.J. Brown, he hats off to him. He had a pretty good game. That touchdown where they kind of got close. All I'm trying to say is you see teams play hard, but the Bears are they're almost getting more out of their players. Like every single snap, it does not matter. There's no plays off. It is, ball. They're just hungry. And you don't see a lot of these teams playing like at the level and the tenacity and the aggressiveness that the Chicago Bears play with, especially inside the trenches, right? The offensive line, the defensive line, sure, they didn't get a lot of pressure, I would say, but the exoticness from Dennis Allen and just the details. But like I said, really the effort, you cannot teach that. Like you either have it or you don't. And it's a buy-in that I think the Bears coaches have really been able to kind of push onto these players. And now they're just playing. I mean, they're hungry, man. To go into Philly, it doesn't matter where they go now.
No.
Like, you just beat the defending champs. Green Bay, of course, is kind of like a maybe last test. I don't know. Like, I'd be happy to just get one of those. Like, win one at home, split the series. But now you're 9-3, dude. That playoff odds, they said in the beginning of the game, you lose this one, it's about 50% you get in the playoffs. This jumped to 75% now.
It's pretty good.
That is huge for the Chicago Bears.
Huge. No, you said it correctly, right? These past 3 games, their playoff odds basically have doubled, right? Like you win these last 3, and they've won what, the last 5? The 5 straight. If it wasn't for that Ravens kind of fluke game, whatever, it'd be crazy where we're at now, and obviously Minnesota. But look, this team is finding ways to win, and that's all that matters. We talked about it ad nauseum earlier in the season, even before the season started. We're like, we just want this team to be in the hunt in December. We want to know by Thanksgiving, like, the season's not over. Because let's be real, every Thanksgiving for the past 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years, it's like this season's over. Okay. Except 2018. But we now are like, hey, no, we're fighting for not only a playoff spot, we're fighting for the number 1 seed. Like, it is still possible. Very possible. I'd say the Rams have not that tough of a schedule because their division's not that hard. And I think they've already played San Francisco twice. But there's a possibility that the Bears could end up being number 1 in the NFC. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but the fact that that's what you're fighting for going into the month of December is just a hats off to this team. And we've talked about it. It's a buzzword, the culture, not only from Ben Johnson, but Dennis Allen, getting these guys to believe in themselves, because 90% of this game is mental fortitude, being focused and having belief in what you can do. And they've done it, and they've shown it time and time and time again. So just hats off to this coaching staff all around and to the players getting it done. Before we get moving, though, we got a super chat here from Tito, our Hall of Fame Patreon member. What's up, Tito? $20. He says, we're legit, boys. Bear the fuck down. Absolutely, man.
I love it.
Thank you, Tito. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. We'll never apologize for winning games. So crazy stuff. Any final things on the
I have a lot. There's so much. Shout out to CJ Gardner-Johnson. I think there was he just makes plays. And then we talked about the Bears they did this without any of their starting linebackers. And it's just to be able to stop Saquon Barkley, to be able to stop the Eagles, right? Especially in the middle of the field. It was quite impressive, the game plan that Dennis Allen had. And then of course, Jalen Johnson. Today, I mean, he didn't get a pick or anything, like it wasn't flashy, but he consistently will shut down the side of the field. Yeah. He will make plays when he needs to, but just his presence, and then even the sell on the offensive pass interference on AJ Brown, the respect that he has, and the respect he commands from the refs, it's different, right, than Deshaun Wright even. But to get him back, but also Kyler Gordon, but to do it still, the performance, the way they won this game, because I think the score really doesn't tell the whole story. This game shouldn't have really been this close. The Bears in the first half just could not capitalize on Chicago's defense, getting stops, getting, the interception. And it's just impressive that side of the ball. I mean, Ben said it. We want to be playing, and we are going to be playing our best football in December, right? That's what we want to be. And they are trending towards that direction, because now you're probably looking at because TJ Edwards did not go on IR. He's probably coming back next week. You would think they get a long break here. Obviously, Tremaine Edmonds. He has to be out 4 weeks, right?
Yeah. When was that? This will be
Noah
3,
Sewell.
So maybe it's one more.
Noah Sewell. He probably be back. You're just getting healthier, and you got out of this game outside of Andrew Billings, which I hope he's okay, because I think he came back. Run stuff. Yeah,
I think he came back. So,
but you came out of this with a win and relatively pretty healthy. That is huge within itself, because you see these teams, the Packers, like some of these contenders, they're going down. Like even the Eagles today, we're missing some players. It's kind of like a war of attrition at this point, and you're 9-3. This is just incredible performance from that defensive side of the ball. I cannot wait to see them when they're almost fully healthy. They can't get 100% this year. No, but damn, was it good to see JJ, Kyler, CJ Gardner-Johnson, even Deshaun Wright. You talked about him and AJ Brown. AJ Brown, he made a nice play. He got the touchdown. I thought Deshaun was coming down with it.
Oh, I thought he did.
Gotta live with. Yeah. That's what you got to live with, because first of all, AJ Brown.
Oh, did he time out? We'll give it a little bit. Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
I think he went out for a second. Yeah, you're good.
Deshaun Wright is kind of skinnier. He's not as big as AJ.
Oh yeah,
Brown.
He's gonna get body.
So he kind of got pushed, right, and then pushed him a little bit off of where he wanted to be, where the ball was coming. Nice play by AJ Brown, but I trust Deshaun, and if Jalen Hurts, if that's the best they can do, which is throw these 50-50 balls, I'm taking our guys every time. It just happens that it was a nice play. But he's just incredible.
Look, yeah, A.J. Brown's incredible for sure. And Deshaun was doing the best he can. So I wasn't even upset about that. Plus, he got a turnover. So, like, he had a big play, right? He had probably a bigger play than giving up a touchdown. So I'm not really worried about that. But we also forgot Tyreek didn't play either. And he should be back next week, hopefully, as well. So that's at least the hope. So the point is this team is trending in the right way, whether it's the health, the actual how their performance is. So it's been good to see. And we can go deep. We can break down into the actual numbers and whatnot, which we will do here after we get to our first ad read. First off, thank you for watching the BFR Podcast, the number one show for the fans by the fans. If this is your first time here, please like and subscribe, as it just helps our show grow and helps the algorithm get this show out to other awesome, amazing Bear fans like y'all as we're trying to grow this community. If this is your first time, also leave a hashtag New Face Gang in the chat. That's hashtag New Face Gang in the chat, and we'll give you a shout out before the end of the show. And if this is not your first time, this is your second time, you watched over 100 episodes or anything in between, then you are a true OG, and we want to show you some love as well. So please leave a hashtag OG in the chat, and we'll make sure to give you a shout out before the end of the show. Thank y'all for all the support for the number one show for the fans, by the fans, the BFR Podcast. Now let's get back to the show. Absolutely. Appreciate it. Make sure you go ahead and leave those OGs in the comments. If this is your first time, leave a hashtag New Face Gang in there as well. And we will give you a shout out because we love to put you fans first, because it's the number one show for the fans, by the fans, Bears Film Room Podcast. Can't believe we're covering a team that's 10-3. Oh, I didn't. Is there one that came in? Oh, yes, right here from Gage. Hall of Fame Patreon member here, $2. Appreciate it. Gage says, I take back all the mean words I said at mid-game. It happens, man. The offense was looking iffy. I had a tweet, I deleted it, but Caleb was not looking good, and he wasn't. And we'll get into that at that point. That was up to halftime. It wasn't, the offense was not humming other than the running game, which was unstoppable. I don't know about you, Dave. At that point, and we'll get into it here. At that point, I was kind of like, dude, just keep running it. They literally could not stop you. Run. If it's not broke, don't fix it. So they ended up doing some play action, which helped out as well. But let's actually get to the numbers here. Look at the game recap. Favorable for the Bears across the board, I would say here. We won 24-15. We had 3 touchdowns, 1 field goal. They had 2 touchdowns, 0 field goals. Big one here. Oh, wow. That is not right. The passing yards is off. I have those flipped. So I think the Eagles had 281, or maybe I have those flipped on the rushing and the passing. That's what it is. So we had 281 rushing yards, and they had, we only had 144 passing yards. Yeah, thank you. I definitely flipped those up. So basically, we ran the ball really well. This, I think, was Caleb Williams' second lowest passing yard game so far. But when you have nearly 300 yards of rushing, why pass the ball, in my opinion? And it shows here as well. 28 first downs, Dave. 28 first downs to their 14. At one point in the game, also on third downs, the Bears were, I think it was 8 for 14 or 9 for 15. And at that time, the Eagles were 1 for 8 on third down. So shout out again to that defense, because the offense, they shut down the Eagles offense and got them off the field quick. A couple 3-and-outs in there as well. Interceptions, both teams had one. You know, Caleb had that bad screen. None of those screens were open, by the way, except the first one of the play. And then we had 0 sacks, which is kind of crazy because we won this game by a lot. And they had 2 sacks on us. Okay, I know those numbers are off. I think it was flipped.
Yeah, I have. So the Eagles had 230 yards passing. Bears had 144.
Okay.
Bears had 281 rushing yards. Eagles had 87. What's crazy is total plays. Bears had 85 to Philly's 51. Total yards, 425 for the Bears, 317 for the Eagles. And then the yards per play, Eagles actually had more at 6.2 a clip.
They had some big plays. They had some big plays at the end of the game, so I'm not really too worried about that.
And then the rushing yards per attempt, 6 yards a pop.
Crazy.
Between Mungai and DeAndre Swift. Caleb Williams also threw his first interception since October 22nd, and that's pretty impressive within itself. It was a weird one. I will say that's kind of a little bit on Ben. They were kind of hunting that. It was a great play by the defensive.
We ran like 4 screens, and only one of them worked.
Yeah, so and that one would have worked too if it didn't
go right. Yeah, if it didn't go right to the defensive end. But
yeah, it would have worked till it didn't. So
yeah, I'm not too concerned about that. It wasn't like it's a turnover, so you don't like that. But Caleb's been pretty good with the ball this year. But let's actually take a look at his numbers. Not too favorable. again, 17 for 36. His completion percentage has been awful this year. And a lot of that, like, he's got to take some blame, of course. There's been some inaccuracy, especially earlier on the season. But we've seen mid-season, it was like, wide receivers not catching the ball. And then this game, there was like 2 drops at least, and like 3 or 4 where they fell down. And they're all on big plays across the middle. So that was annoying. It may have just been the conditions. And also the ball, like the wind was 36 miles an hour. So good luck throwing the ball in that wind. Like, because even some Eagles passes where they were open, like the ball, you could tell was just off a tad. And that's because that wind was crazy. So thankfully, Ben knows how to orchestrate a fantastic run game, which he showed today. So you can see he had that 1 interception, only 13 rushing yards. He had that big one on 3rd down, though, that basically sealed the game. And then a QB rating of 56.9. So overall, stat-wise, not great.
Crazy, bro. It is going to kill his. It is going to kill his completion percentage. It's
great.
Brutal at this point. But there's a lot of miscues. Some players were falling. People kept falling. Receivers. Not a lot of drops. There was someone told me Caleb Williams is like Steph Curry, where it's like the EPA or the completion percentage, it really doesn't matter. Because like with Steph, he kind of changed the game where he's like, shooting threes, and it's all about like efficiency. You're trying to get more points with the 3-pointer, whatever. You know how basketball works. Yeah. It kind of changed the game. Someone said Caleb is like that with EPA, where it's like he just goes for like the harder throws.
He goes for all the big plays.
Here's the thing. He does miss the easy ones. So I'm not saying Caleb is Steph Curry. However, I think he has a little bit of that in his game where he just kind of he just goes for some of the big ones, right? And then on top of that, he misses the easy ones. And I think once he cleans that up, he's going to be fine. But I will
give it an off season. Those, I guarantee we're going to see a lot more of those big plays next year.
And the play, I would rather him make that throw to Komet than take those easy 3 yards and make it a 3rd and 2. Instead, he goes for the, like I said, the
beautiful ball.
Kill
that
shot.
Might be his best. That might be his best play of the year because
he didn't overthrow it.
He's running to the left and he throws a cross body on the run. Perfect bucket. And also shout out to Komet. That was not an easy catch.
Not an easy catch. And the coverage, I know it wasn't perfect, but he was if he underthrows it, or if he doesn't throw if he throws it too soft, or he doesn't put enough on it, the ball's either getting tipped, pick, or it's a lot harder of a catch for Komet. Instead, it's in the bucket. I mean, hell of a catch. I thought it was Loveland at first. I was like, this dude is unreal.
Loveland has yet 0 drops, man. He had such big plays. Also, I tweeted about this, but Zacchaeus as well. 2 huge 3rd down plays.
Yep.
We had not seen much of him because he kind of got his role demoted, but today he showed that, like, hey, maybe I deserve some snaps. Because on 3rd down, 2 of them that were big, he continued the drive, and I think we scored on both of those. So I want to give love to him as well because we didn't see much of him in the past couple of weeks. So
Luther Burden starting, Ozzie Trapillo starting, Kyle Monungai looking like a top 10 back. Yeah. DeAndre Swift looking like a top 10 back. It's crazy how good this team is. I want to show this clip real quick of Ben Johnson. A lot of people are talking about it. Ben Johnson, guys, he took his shirt off in the locker room. It's hilarious. I cannot stop laughing at it. I truly can't. Let me see if make sure the volume's up here.
Okay.
Why is he like ripped too, bro?
He's been jacked.
Just crazy.
You love it. That shit works when you're winning. And so keep it up. You know what I mean? I'm all here for it. We love Club Dub when it's winning. You keep doing that. You can do whatever the hell you want. Winning cures it all. So shout out to Ben and the boys. They did what they need to do. I love it. You love to see that stuff.
Yeah. I can't.
It's fantastic.
Man. I'm so hyped with this team, man.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. And to be honest, like, I'm living in the moment, obviously appreciating today's game and what's going to come. But a full offseason of Caleb and Ben Johnson, I think Caleb's going to come back and be something even better than what we expected. So I'm super pumped about that. But not trying to get too far ahead. Speaking of not getting too far ahead, let's take a look at the trackers like we always do. QBR, not a great day for Caleb, but he did make a beautiful play that we talked about, right? Did enough to win the game, didn't do enough to lose the game. So shout out to you, my man. I'm not too concerned, but it did drop down. In Caleb fashion, there's nothing like a peak in a valley, right? That's what happens. So I'm hoping against the Packers, we see a peak there. We can keep the win going. But that was okay day from the kid. But The big one, which isn't really big because who cares if you're winning, but we got to take a look at the 4K tracker. I think this is his second lowest passing yards per game. Outing so far. Actually, I think it's his lowest, 154. So what that does is it brings down his year-to-date average to 226. And as you know, he needs 235. So doing quick math in my head, he's probably around 3,800 yards. But that's okay, right? Again, it doesn't matter if you're winning games. I'm not too concerned. But he's, like I said, he needs a 300-yard game here in the next 5 games to really kind of solidify that average. So we'll see what happens. It's just a fun thing to keep track of. Again, it doesn't really matter if you're winning games. If he doesn't hit 4,000, but we're first in the NFC North, you know what I mean? And we're first in the NFC, who gives a shit? But just something to keep your eye on. Are you too worried? Or I know you're not worried, but do you think he'll still hit it?
4K, right? I don't think he will. I think he'll be he might be a couple hundred yards short. He might be 200, maybe 150 short. Yeah. It depends. He's going to need some big time games here. And the problem is looking at the weather, it's just going to get colder. You're playing in Lambeau, playing in Chicago. This run game
is doing so well too. It's
why?
Why pass for 300?
He threw it 37 times, right? Or 40 times.
36.
He threw it a lot today. Yeah. But it's I would be okay if you just keep it at 30 passing attempts and then run out of the ball, because this offensive line is just unbelievable. The way that Swift and Monangai are running it's just why throw it 35 times?
You don't need to,
unless you're playing from behind.
Yeah, there's really no need to. And also, I got to give a shout out to, I know we gave a shout to them already, but we said one of Swift's biggest flaws or weaknesses is his vision, especially between the tackles. Today, that was not the case. There were a couple of cutbacks in quick shifts where he's that's blocked, and he got out and got massive yards. Monangai's already been good at that. I think Monangai's first run was a cutback, you know what I mean, for 20 yards. But that was kind of one of Swift's weakness, especially between the tackles. And today, I think he was phenomenal. So shout out to those running backs, man. Shout out to the offensive line, like you said. That you put up nearly 300 yards. I mean, you can't really beat that. So on the run game. Awesome stuff. All right. Let's get to our second ad read here, and then we'll go to our game balls. We'll go to grades of the game. And then, of course, we have our shout outs as well. So, all right, we're going to get back to the episode real quick, but I had to take a moment to pause and tell you about something awesome that we have cooking up over here at the BFR Podcast. And that is our Patreon membership. You can join our Patreon, the BFR Den, where we have a bunch of great exclusive stuff that happens monthly, like monthly giveaways, private Zoom calls, mailbag episodes, and much, much more to come. I mean, we've got tons of features in there. We've got 2 tiers. We have our top tier, which is $10 a month, our Hall of Fame tier. What comes with that, which is very exclusive, is our private Zoom calls with our members. So every month, you're going to get a private Zoom call with me, Dave, and Jack, and we just get to talk about whatever, shoot the shit, football, life. It's a wonderful time. And then if you want to go to the lower level, we have our Rookie Grizzly tier, which is $3 a month. And what that includes is the private Discords, the monthly giveaways, the free merch, all the events if we have coming up, things like that, access to exclusive merch that's only for our Patreon members, and any other cool features. You'll get that at the $3 level tier. And then with the $10 level tier, you will get the private Zoom call as well. Now, you can join for free. We do post our monthly calendars in there, so you can kind of see what we have going on each month. And we post our episodes there as well. So if you want to join that ongoing community, which we keep building up, please do so at the BFR Den on Patreon. Also, as well, we give a shout out to all of our Patreon members every single episode that we do. So if you join, we'll make sure to show you some love on every episode as well. So again, you can join the BFR Den on Patreon at the BFR Den on Patreon. And we just love the support. You guys are great. Shout out to all our Patreon members, and let's get back to the show. Absolutely. Shout out to all of y'all Patreon members. We do have our Patreon call, I think this Sunday. We'll post a link definitely here soon for you Patreon members in there. But for those who maybe are interested in joining, you still have time. Link is in the description. You can hop in there. $10 tier, Hall of Fame tier gets you in time for our monthly call, which we always have each month. And if not, there is a lower tier, our rookie tier as well, which gets you a shout out on all of our shows and then a bunch of our giveaways and free merch and things like that we do weekly. So, or do monthly and weekly. So appreciate all the support from y'all as always. Okay, Dave, let's get to the game balls. I think it's probably going to be no surprise to anyone because I think we all watched this game. But I'm going to kick it off here. Got to give love to the running backs, man. Kyle Monangai, DeAndre Swift, both had over 100 yards. And like we said to start off the show, that had not been done since 1985 with Walter Payton and Matt Suhey. That is something that has not been done in over 50 or nearly 50 years. So shout to them. Shout to Ben Johnson as well, scheming up the runs, because there were some plays where it's like that is a wide open hole. Like you could freaking throw a bowling ball down that, right? So some of that is just going to, no, not giving it away, but your game ball coming up next. But you got to give kind of a hats off to this offense overall. Anytime you can have 6 yards per pop running the ball and nearly 300 yards, if you don't win that would probably be like atrocious, right? Your percentages to win, the likelihood of you winning the game, the probability has to be like 95%. So they did what they need to do against a really good defensive front in Philly, and they got the job done. So shout out to them. All right, let's get to. Yeah, sorry, do you have something to say, Dave? Sorry.
Nope. Let me go ahead and get to mine here.
Yep.
It's the Bears O-line. It's really tough to do it. You can't give a game ball to like a single person here, and I didn't even want to just give it to the O-line. I thought the Bears defense played well. Dennis Allen, Bears offensive line, DeAndre Swift, Kyle Monangai. It's really tough to give one game ball, but I'm going to go with the O-line here. The way they're able to kind of move, Philly and that D-line, because it's not easy to do what they just did. However, they did make it look rather easy, and that's incredible. This offensive line, I'm not even going to say it. Well, I'm going to have to say it, but knocking on wood here, the health, right? The ability to stay healthy. Joe Thuney, it's really good to know that he's human, right? He had a false start today, and it actually was on him.
Yeah.
He was even shocked. He was like, what the hell does this feel like? And all in all, that offensive line, that performance today, because I was already thinking heading into this week, I'm like, after watching the film over really just the last, 13, 14 weeks, it's just incredible at the level of consistency and the high level of football that they play and the tenacity they have. It's incredible. And even today, Caleb had some really, really good pockets. Just impressive stuff from that unit.
Man, it's crazy. We talked about it. The weakness of Ryan Poles so far was, as a previous offensive lineman, it's like, how is this offensive line not getting right? And I remember some of the moves we made. Obviously, people were excited about Joe Thuney, right? It's a Hall of Fame guard. You're going to be excited about that. But, even Braxton Jones or switching off Braxton, going to Theo, or even Ozzie, drafting Ozzie, and then the Jonah Jackson trade. People were like, who? Like, this is going to work out? What the hell? And then there were still some people kind of up in the air with Darnell Wright, which was fair. But to see Darnell Wright hit, Jonah Jackson's been pretty good. I have not had much complaints about him. Oh, getting Drew Dahlman, which I think most people were excited about that because we knew he'd be a pretty good center.
Yeah. You paid good money. You needed a center. Yeah. Absolutely.
And then even the performances of the left tackles, right? I mean, look, Braxton played decent. It wasn't like he was horrible. Then Theo took over. He played decent. He had some flaws, but like serviceable. And now you have Ozzie Trapillo starting back to back, and you're like, hey, okay, this offensive line is doing well. And that also is a testament to Dan Rochar, the offensive line coach. He's got these guys locked in. Next man up comes in and does what they need to do. Luke Newman, came in last week, and you weren't like, oh my gosh, that play was a dud because of Luke Newman. No, he was serviceable. So it's just a testament overall. I feel like we say this every week, but it's so important. The coaching matters. Top down, from Ben Johnson to what he's doing, to Dennis Allen getting his people right, to the position coaches, Al Harris, you know what I mean? Dan Rochar, Eric Benamy with the running backs. Like, overall, these coaches are getting their guys well prepared so they execute on game day. So it's just so exciting to see, because it's literally night and day of what we saw last season. And only fair that a year ago to this day, or at least a year ago and plus 1 day, we saw the debacle in Detroit of the Bears losing with timeout still, and basically being the firing last day of
and that was how much has changed in a year, right? It's crazy to kind of look back on and what they have, just the turnaround, right? With Ben Johnson. And I don't want to just say, like, Ben Johnson is awesome. And I'm seeing Coach of the Year First of all, I think so, absolutely. But it's kind of a cursed like award, right? You look at Kevin Stefanski, you look at
get it and then
Matt Nagy. Really just Matt Nagy, because I thought that was it. He's probably gonna win it, especially if the Bears. I mean,
I don't know.
Run the table here.
If they run the table, he'll win it. But right now, I'd probably.
Well, yeah. What do you mean if they run it? Like if they run the table?
Oh no, if he run it,
Super Bowl.
No, if they run it, they get it. But right now, I say the hedge is probably to Vrabel because they've been good. Like,
yeah,
I think it might only because they were worse than us last year, which is
let them have it though. Like I said, I don't want that.
Yeah, I'm not worried.
However, this Bears team, this was a tough to go into Philly. Like you could beat anybody else on the schedule. I ain't scared of Brock Purdy and the 49ers.
No,
fuck them. Like we're gonna run through that team. We probably should. I'm way ahead of myself. I just feel like
but I mean, that's
what I'm
fair.
trying to say is we can beat any team now, because what you just did against Philly wasn't just like a fluke, game-winning field goal, a block kick. No, this game probably should have been a 14, 17-point win. However, of course, you get the job done, and you cover. I think, right? Well,
it was +7, so they covered anyways. Yeah, so they got it no matter what.
I'm just saying, you beat the Eagles, man. You can really go into anybody's house now. And I feel good about this team.
You're 9-1 in your last 10. And then before that, you're 9-1 in your last 10. What you should and I'm not saying they didn't have that confidence, but they should be scared of absolutely no one. And like you said, this was the big testament. This was the big test. You're going into Philly against the Super Bowl champs. That is not, no matter what team it is, that is not easy to do. And you beat them, right? It doesn't matter what they did. You did what you needed to do to walk away with the dub, and you kind of had control of the game the whole game. So they should feel good on both sides of the ball that they can win it. So let's see what they can do. It's good to have. This is a good position to be in. Obviously, you got to show up they shouldn't get complacent. You got to show up every Sunday. But hey, like what bigger test are you going to get than this? This team was the number one team in the NFC last week. They were the number one. I mean, Packers is because of the rivalry, but technically the Packers are not as good.
I think Green Bay's really good, dude. I
do too. I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying though, like the Eagles were literally 2 weeks ago. They were the number one team in the NFC.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I honestly do believe that Green Bay is this NFC North we have some juggernauts. You look at the Bears. I mean, nobody wants to play this team. The way they run the ball, Caleb and Ben, like they're going to figure it out. They're still able to get big time plays when they need them. Albeit like today with Cole Kmet, that touchdown. But Green Bay, say what you want about Jordan Love. He can ball, man. He can play really, really high level football. And then that guy, Micah Parsons, he is unbelievable. Yeah. He is unbelievable. But, I feel actually pretty good with our offensive line and the way that we can scheme this up. Our tight ends aren't going to be afraid. Micah's going to get his. Just you can't make it catastrophic. And we're going to get to our game preview later in the week or next week. So I'm not going to get too much into it. But all I got to say is you feel really good about this team. And I tell you what, everyone in that locker room right now, it doesn't matter who they're playing. They believe they can go not just win, but they can, belt to ass sometimes like they did Philly today. So
they should. This is the biggest win in Bears history since 2018. No question. There is no bigger win than what today was due to the factors that have played. Of course, it was game of the year
Kevin.
Go ahead.
Kevin Byard, he goes, he just tweeted this. What are they going to say now? Great team win. Love this team. On to the next. You just love it.
I mean, it's fair. You're on prime time. People probably tired of hearing it, but it's so big. Prime time on the road against the Super Bowl champs who are second in the NFC, and you mollywop them. You should be scared of absolutely no one. That's a statement game. And now the national media, look, we talked about it. Not that it matters, but hey, put respect on the name time. There was no other game today. Everybody was watching that game, and the Bears said, hey, you forgot about us? The team that was 8-1 in the last 9 games? Well, guess what? We're 9-1 now. So I think people are going to talk differently about this team.
I will say this, though. The one thing about this game that I did not like was the start time. 2:00 on a Friday. I understand Thanksgiving was yesterday. You get the holiday, and, I'm off. We're off. A lot of people are off work, but some people have to go and work. I knew people that were missing this game, dude. And
yeah, for sure.
I don't know. I heard there's a federal law, like they can't have it at prime time. They can't have it 7:15 after holiday.
There has to be something.
I don't know. I never even heard of that. So anyways, I just did not like the 2:00 start.
No, I agree. It should be a night game. It should be a night game.
Yeah.
Look, Amazon owns night games. They have all their Thursday night games are Thursday night. So trust me, I'm sure they want it to be night. There's got to be some legality thing that's causing them not to do it. So I don't know if it's with like distribution deals or something with the networks because they have like college games tonight. I have no idea, but it's kind of funny that they can't have a prime time, the only game, and you put it at 2 p.m. So I agree with you there.
Yeah. They also they got a little comment here. Can we shout out the linebackers? Yeah, absolutely. DeMarco Jackson.
Yeah, all DeMarco Jackson. That's
DeMarco Jackson.
Amon Agbenbiga had that big play stopping Devontae where almost like it was pass interference. So yeah, I agree though.
It's incredible though. Some of the players that are stepping out, even Nashawn Wright, we talked about him. He probably wasn't even planning on starting this year or like really playing all the reps that he's gotten, the snaps. He probably thought he was getting minimum half. It probably less than that. And now he's probably played his way into a huge contract. Hopefully he's staying in Chicago because he is just his skill set is something else. And then, like I said, Montez Sweat, those boys, they didn't get the sacks today, or they probably got a few pressures. But overall, this defense, the way they play as a unit that's what's impressive. And they consistently get stops. The Eagles were what? 2 of 10 on third down. Yeah. Bears were 8 for 15.
The Bears defense, even before this game, they were top 5 in third down conversions. So they have been, Dennis Allen has been very good on third down, not having teams, score. Now they've given up big plays that maybe happen on first and second down where teams don't have to have a third down. But when it's come down to third down, I felt pretty good about the squad because all year they've shown, they can get it done. And today it was even better. I was like 1 for 8 is crazy. I wasn't more confident in this Bears defense all season than today. Because I was like, they are literally stopping them all the time. Saquon wasn't going off for many yards, which he hasn't most of the season. He hasn't been that great. Their offensive line, I think, is very sus. The Eagles, I think that's their biggest issue.
Yeah, with Lane going down too.
Lane, and it's like their interior offensive line cannot block. It seemed like, but hey, not our problem. Our offensive line did fantastic. But hey, you can only play what you got in front of you, and they showed up and they took advantage there. So shout out to this team.
Yeah,
it's just crazy. Okay, let's get to the game. Let's get to the grades of the game, and then we'll get to our final ad read and our shout outs here. I'll kick it off here. Man, it's weird seeing this. I'm sorry. It just is. But offense B+.
Don't apologize.
Yeah, you're right. I shouldn't. I'm just not used to it. It's all the scar tissue I'm trying to heal. But offense B+. Passing game, not great. Wide receivers falling down left and right. Not a great game from Caleb, but guess what? Just because you don't pass the ball does not mean the offense sucks, because that run game was fantastic. Wide receivers blocking down the field. Getting to the second level with the offensive line. Offensive line just holding up from the first level as well. Just fantastic blocking, running backs vision, hitting the hole, not getting tackled on first contact. Love it for them. So I got to give the offense a B+. Defense, A-. I don't care if it's a shaky Eagles offense that really kind of had drama and not figuring out what they're doing. You hold a team to 15 points, and really you held them to 9 most of the game, you're in the A category, right? That's, I almost say nearly perfect game, almost, but they, the Nashawn Wright touchdown and then having them move the ball down late, even though they missed the field goal, kind of takes a little away from that. But look, you give me an A category, you're doing fantastic. Special teams, I'll give it B+ because they didn't really do anything wrong. So I feel like that's favorable. Torrey Taylor had a couple iffy punts, but overall they did what they need to do. So I'm gonna give them a B+. And then coaching's got to be an A-. The fact that Ben Johnson, well, first off, coaching for Dennis Allen, he's been dialing up all season, so he deserves that. But the fact that Ben Johnson was like, oh, the running game's working, I'm sticking to it, is huge. Because we've seen with past, like I remember Matt Nagy era, where the running game would be well and he would abandon it because he wants to develop the pass game. And it's like, dog, if that's what's working, why? If they can't stop that, why does it matter if your quarterback has 250 passing yards? I don't care. Find a way to win the game. If you have to run the ball 50 times, do it. So because he did that, and obviously the Dennis Allen was doing his thing, I got to give him an A-.
Yeah, I think those are really good. Those are better grades than I gave. I let's bring mine up. I'll try to explain some of this here. A lot of great stuff. Offense B+. The run game was amazing. Offensive line was great. It's the passing game that kind of brings it down. They're going to figure it out. I believe they will. So I'm going to give a B+ overall. Defense, I'm going to go with an A. This team, that side of the ball is just incredible. Jalen Hurts, I'm not afraid of him. I'll be honest. So that kind of plays a factor here. Like Jordan Love kind of scares me. Patrick Mahomes, of course, like those type of quarterbacks, they do something with Jalen. I'm like, I'm just not scared of this guy. And you saw some of those misses, but the defense, man, they are amazing. They stopped the tush push. Nashawn Wright, Kevin Byard, the best safety in the NFL. And honestly, you could probably say that Jaquan Brisker and Kevin Byard are probably one of the best duos in the NFL, if not the best right now. They bring like such different aspects of their game. Like the physicality is there for both of them. The ball hawk from Kevin Byard, he's just having one of the best seasons we've seen from safety in a while. Man, just incredible stuff on that side. Special teams, the returns. Santos, he didn't miss. The Eagles guy, he missed the extra point, right?
Yeah, Jake Elliott, who's a really good, who's a better kicker than Santos. He missed
Santos,
the KT
dude,
and
is he a better kicker? Like I'm kind of flip flopping here.
I'm not
I feel
saying
like
right
Santos
now.
is just so consistent, and in those conditions, it shows the preparation that he has, man, and he takes his craft so seriously. And I give him a hard time. Wish he'd be probably one of the best kickers in the NFL history if he could just have 10 more yards on his leg.
For sure.
Obviously being hyperbole there, but man, he is just so good. And then the special teams, the punt coverage, the punt coverage,
there it is.
Pause, is just so much better than it was like 2-3 weeks ago. And we were on Hightower's ass.
Sure
he kind of turned it around, especially in this game where special teams can kind of really swing games here. And then the last grade was coaching. What did I have? An A?
My bad. Sorry about that. Yeah.
No, you're good.
Minus. You had a B minus. My bad.
B minus? B plus. I think I had a B plus.
No, it is B plus. Yeah. I can't.
Yeah. B plus. I was like, no, ain't no way I get B plus. And that was because of Ben. I thought he kind of went away from the run game a little bit. And I was a little nervous that,
I remember
we were looking
that.
at like a
third quarter.
Like a Matt Nagy type where you just abandoned what was going well. But man, he'd come back and, he showed like, okay, I'll stick with the run. But some of those play calls, I'm nitpicking here, but I'm going to go B plus because I think that those guys can be a little bit better between Caleb and Ben being in sync, and maybe just having a little bit better plays post the script, right? I thought it just got choppy after those first two drives where it was like, especially in the first half where they could not consistently
that second quarter was
get
tough.
the ball moving. Yeah, it was a bad second quarter. So that's where I'm like, I'd like to see a little bit better out of both of those guys, but especially with Ben, where I have such a high level of expectations from him. And that's just because of how good he truly is. And the C word on a night. Yeah. Holy crap.
It happens, man.
It's crazy, man.
Crazy. It happens.
Yeah.
That's what winning will do.
Punt coverage got me. Let's just say that.
It's so funny. No, but look, overall, that was no C's on the grades. There may be a C word that slips out, but there was no C's on those report cards. And if we keep seeing it like that, man, it's gonna be a good season. So
I'm dying, man.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Internet lives forever, right?
Yeah, for sure. Look, I literally had a slip up in our last preseason. Our
the C word though. I was trying to say punt coverage, and it just my brain just wired like, oh shit. God, that's too funny.
That's hilarious. No, it's good stuff. But man, what a game.
Apologize.
I'm still just in shock of it all. Like that's 2 weeks in a row now that we have basically felt fantastic about the grades, like across the board, right? We wanted to see this team kind of have a complete game. We haven't seen a perfect game yet, and that's hard to do in the NFL. But I think this was the closest one where you felt good about the offense played well and the defense played well. Now, it wasn't maybe the passing, which some of us would have been more excited about because, it's a QB league. But overall, offense looked great and defense looked great. Special teams was fine. That's how you win games. That's how you take down the Super Bowl champs on the road in their own place. So shout out to them. Like crazy stuff. All right. So we're going to get to the third and final ad read here, and then we got the voicemails. And Dave's going to get his composure here, and then we'll be back. All right. Before we close out the show, I got to tell you about some awesome stuff that we have cooked up on the BFRstore.com. As you can see here, we have hats, hoodies, mugs, stickers, a whole bunch of fire stuff, and we're always working on new creative designs. Maybe jerseys coming. Who knows? But you can check it all out at thebfrstore.com. All the proceeds from the merch store just goes back right into the show. And plus, we want to give you fire stuff because we want to look fly all the time. And we want y'all to look fly as well. So if you want to support the BFR show, go to the BFRstore.com. We appreciate all the love and support. Now let's get back to the show. Absolutely. Starting to get cold. So we got fire hoodies, all of that. You can find it in the link in the description, BFR store. All the support from the store just comes back to the show. So
dude,
better stuff for you.
I love how Mr. James here just straight up says it too. He said, "What did Dave say?" Boom. Right. Don't even bring that up on the screen.
I'm not.
Hilarious. Anyways, yeah, the sport's been unreal. If you can't hit that like, subscribe button, we have almost 3,200 of you across all platforms. So appreciate it. Promise you no more swear words the rest of the way. Let's get to these voicemails, man.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get to these voicemails. We do appreciate you guys sending this in. We'll start with Michael from across the pond to kick it off.
Great win tonight. Hopefully now the rest of the league will take us seriously. They played well. On to Green Bay. Let's fucking go.
Let's go. Appreciate that, Michael. I feel like he's always so quiet on his, but I forget it's 6 hours ahead. It's like 2 a.m. for him. So appreciate the voicemails always, Michael. Hopefully you're asleep by now and you can see this tomorrow morning, but appreciate it. Let's go to Jerome from Darien.
Gentlemen, bear the fuck down 9-3. Damn, it feels good. We rolling, baby. It's Jerome from Darien. Look, gentlemen, I hope everybody now feels confidence in this team in the way that I do. The way that I've been telling y'all, it is a different vibe. This is a different team. We are doing something special here. God, this feels great. I hope everybody feels good and enjoys this one all the way to next week. Bear the fuck down.
Love it, Jerome. Yeah, I'm riding this high all the way till the Green Bay game. So appreciate it. Let's go to Mark next.
Let's go, baby. Another one. 9-3, baby. Let's go. Woo! We just ran the ball today, boys. Manungai, 130, 1 touchdown. Swift, 125, 1 touchdown. Caleb, he threw that touchdown to commit there to ice the game, to put us up 24-9 with 6:19 left on the game clock, Hey, Ben Johnson was like, we're just going to run the ball today. No throwing. We're just going to run the fucking shit out of the ball. Dennis Allen, masterclass on the defense, man. 9-3. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Bears. Go, Bears. Bear down. I'm out.
Love it. Appreciate it, Mark. Yeah, he definitely did do that. Run game was on fleek, as they would say. All right, let's get to Michael next.
Holy shit, we are 9-3. Boys, I leave a voicemail almost every week. I'm really sick right now. Excuse my voice. Bear down. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Black Friday. I got a question for y'all. I know y'all like to go through these voicemails quickly, but do you have more confidence in this Bears team or the 2018 Bears team? For me, it's this Bears team because of Ben Johnson, but good Lord, boys, 9-3. Let's fucking go, man.
That's a great question. I'll probably say this team. I think they're more well-rounded. Like 2018, it was very much the defense was leading the charge.
Yeah. The defense of talent. Yeah, that's tough. I think this Bears team has so much talent across the board. Like the offensive weapons were good in 2018 and Mitch was good, but it was the defense that won games. We're seeing it at all phases. Special teams. A couple weeks ago, we have the Bears blocking kicks to win games. You have the offensive firepower that we have in times, right? There's quarters where the Bears offense is just crazy. The run game, the defense, the takeaways. I would probably lean right now towards the Bears if they can continue to get healthy, especially with the linebackers coming back. So that's a tough question.
It is. I would say I agree, though. I'd probably say I've seen the Bears win in more ways. So I feel like this team is probably better overall than the 2018 because it was just like, oh, the defense is going to probably get a couple touchdowns and hold teams to, 15 points. So I probably go this one, but with a lot of games left, we'll have to see, right? Because if they don't live up to going 12-4, then you got to go with the other team. All right. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that voicemail. Let's go to Tony here.
I called it last week. I told you, if we beat the Eagles, we are considered legit. This game is made as legit. Who is going to beat us? I have no idea. We are shredding the running game. Caleb, it wasn't his best game, but he's definitely put up a damn good performance. We are playing Green Bay next week. Oh my gosh, please. Oh my gosh. The amount of catharsis I'm feeling right now can only be topped if we beat Green Bay next week. Let's go. Bear the F down.
Love it, Tony. Keep that energy up. And the final one here, Mason. Let's see what you got.
Let's go, boys. Let's do it. That's a Bears win. That's a statement win. Come on. This is the Chicago Bears. This is bro. Ben Johnson changed this team's landscape, and it is amazing, man. Run game was amazing. That's what you love to see. All right? Wake up, league, because the Bears have awakened. Let's do this. Bear down.
Appreciate it. Love it. That's right. That's a big thing too, because we talk about national game. You win in front. Like, you can't sleep on this team now, which is going to be fun because, after a loss, which hasn't happened very often, Dave, but after a loss, like, you don't want to watch any sports, any news outlets, nothing. It's just like, nope, blinders, get me ready. And now it's like, okay, I'm excited to see the people who were like sleeping on this team or said that we had no chance. Let's see what they think about this team now. So it should be a good week of some sports content. So, but appreciate the voicemails, everyone. That was fire. Really do appreciate it. We love the energy. If you ever want to send in voicemails, like at any time, we play them on all of our shows. You can see the voicemail line down here, speakpipe.com/the BFR podcast. Link is also in the description. We love to hear your guys' thoughts. All you have to do is use your phone. You hold a button like a voice note and it gets sent to us. We play it on all our shows. Pre-game, if you have something to say, middle of the week, whenever we go live, or post games, we love to hear what you guys think. So appreciate for all the voicemails as always, because again, this is the number one show for the fans, by the fans. And we want to give y'all a moment for y'all to shine and let us know your thoughts on this awesome season that's happening right here in Chicago.
I will say this, like, the thing is, you can let people doubt this team, but it's like, one thing you can't doubt is they can run the ball, probably the best in the league right now. The defense can get turnovers. They're the best in the league right now at that. They're not healthy. That's a fact. Caleb Williams has not played his best football. That's a fact. But that's what makes this team so scary. Because if he even just starts the Bears are ahead of schedule. At the end of the day, they're probably a year ahead. They did not this team, I mean, outside of them and probably maybe some of us, but even the most optimistic Chicago Bears fans did not expect them to be 9-3 where they are right now. And you could say all you want. This team they're not even playing their best football. And that right there, that's what's so exciting, because you want to see these guys improve, and they have the opportunity to do it while winning ugly, winning dominant fashions like today, winning without being able to throw the ball as consistently or as great as you would like. And you can. It's right now they have the ability to improve on all this while winning. And man, you get to a point here where it's getting real hard to deny that they are not NFC contenders. Like, where you just beat a contender. You just beat the defending champs in their house. Anything, you get into the playoffs, anything can happen, man.
I don't care who you are. You're 9-1. There's some sort of respect. Look, you're not playing 10 of the worst teams in the NFL, right? Anyone can beat anyone any given Sunday.
And it's not like it's the Dolphins, right? Like, where my Dolphins a couple of years where they're really good. It's like, no, you don't want to play. Like, you do not want to play a team like the Chicago Bears, because they are just it's physical football. It's exhausting. You look at the Philly defense, just in the first half, there were 60 plays ran or something like that.
It was crazy.
It's exhausting. You do not want to play a team like Chicago where they can just run the ball, pick up 6-7 yards a pop. And then the thing is, it's not just Swift. It's Monangai too. It's like these guys, right? And then of course you get Monangai stopped, you get Swift stopped, and all out of nowhere, Joe Tooney, darn, all right, come pushing the pile. That's 5-6 more yards, or that's 4 yards, and that's a first down. It's exhausting type football, man. And then Caleb today, he showed you today, he can kill you with his arm too. And he's got to get more consistent. I believe he will. And that's what's so fun. That's what's so exciting about this team, man.
What was huge about that play too is that it was, clutch moment, right? You had this. If you scored 7 there, I think I tweeted that, like, if you score 7 here, I feel real comfortable at the win. And guess what he did? He dialed up and found a way. So not a perfect game for him, but overall, you did what you need to do. Like, at all phases, played fantastic football. Defense got turnovers. Defense got stops. Special teams didn't do anything wrong. Field goals were made. Offense ran the ball down their throat, and Caleb got a clutch touchdown. So, I mean, you really can't complain about anything. If they play like that, it doesn't matter who's in front of them. You give yourself a chance to win every week. And guess what? The last 10 weeks, they've done that. So if you don't believe now, I know we do as fans. Most Bears fans do. But anyone else out there that's not a fan, national media, if you don't believe in this team now, I don't know what else you need to show that this team can be dangerous. So.
Absolutely.
Hats off. Okay, let's get to our shout outs here like we always do. We got Kyler Villagomez here on YouTube with the hashtag OG9-3. We're going to the Super Bowl. I would love that. We got Cheese in the Bear Pod. Shout out to y'all, but hashtag OG, love you boys. Appreciate it. We love your pod as well. And Peril34 on YouTube, hashtag OG. They were screaming in the hallway back to the locker room. What the fuck are they going to say now? Love that. Thomas Whitty, our Hall of Fame Grizzly member on Patreon, hashtag OG, bear down. Holy crap, what a win. Got called into work, so can't stay, but just wanted to keep up the great work, Ficky and Dave, and I'm so thankful and proud to have Ben and staff. I may cry. I feel that. We are very thankful for this team as well. Isaac on YouTube, hashtag OG, let's freaking go, boys. The rest of these teams better look out. You got that right. Gage, Hall of Fame Patreon member, shout out to you for being a part of the Den. With the hashtag OG, I'm officially comfortable choosing the Bears to win on a weekly basis. Wild. You got MCM here on YouTube with the hashtag OG. We'll see you in the playoffs, Eagles. Absolutely. Jerome from Darien, also Hall of Fame Patreon member. Shout out to you for being in the Den. Has a hashtag OG. 9-3 feels damn good. This is only the start of a long time of being great. And then we got John on YouTube, hashtag OG in the chat. What the F did I watch? Them boys in blue and orange, bear the F down. Absolutely, John. Crazy. We got Lomed on YouTube with the hashtag OG. Let's go, Bears, baby. Getting it done. Absolutely. Then Mr. James sent his first OG with the C word. So he comes back with this one, says, fine. Hashtag OG. Green Bay sucks. Appreciate the love, Mr. James. And then we have Ken on YouTube as well with the hashtag OG. I know y'all will do another pod about it, but after today, what are your predictions tonight about Green Bay and Lambeau? We have to tune into our next episode to find out that. We like to wait till there's more information about health and things like that. Do a deep dive, but
not even that. Yeah,
I'm
going to enjoy this one. I'll worry about Green Bay next.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, we do have some quick questions in here that I want to go through. Oh, I do want to do this one first. Michael Berry, shout out to Hall of Fame Patreon member. Yes, the Hoosiers are playing right now, and they're about to annihilate the Boilermakers, number 2 in the nation. Look, I got to say this. I never would have thought that both of my football teams are playing this good. So I'm on a cloud 9 right now for both these seasons. This one, I don't know. This for you, Dave. I did see this, but did you hear the Green Bay sucks chants after the game?
Oh yeah, you always hear them.
Yeah, it's just funny how it's just funny how that always happens.
Hilarious.
And let's see, was there another question? Let's see here. Sorry, I thought there was one more. No, I think that is it. So appreciate again all the shout outs as always. If you're new to the show, you can leave a new face gang in there. We'll give you a shout out before we get off here real quick if you have the time. And if you're an OG, which means you watch more than 2 episodes, more than 1 episode, you're an OG. You're part of the BFR family. So please leave hashtag OG in the chat, and we'll try to get you out. I'll get you a shout out here real quick. But of course, we got to give a shout out to our favorite members, our Hall of Fame Grizzly members that hold down the Den on Patreon. Got to give a shout out to Michael, who's probably asleep right now across the pond. Appreciate the voicemail. Shout out to you, Gage, and the $2 super chat. Really appreciate that. Shout out to Phil, Michael Berry. I know you're in the chat right now. Appreciate that. Shout out to Angie. Shout out to Daniel. And then also shout out to Thomas, who was in the chat as well. Appreciate that. Shout out to Tito for the $20 super chat. Really do appreciate that as well. Shout out to Dave, and then also Jerome from Darien. Thank you for the voicemail. So shout out to our Hall of Fame Grizzly members, but not only them, we got to give a shout out to our rookie Grizzly members as well. We got to give a shout out to Alex, Chris, Ethan, Caleb, Jason, and Megan as well. You guys are fantastic, and we appreciate you guys, all of y'all, holding down the Den, because we would be nothing without y'all, and we appreciate all of our Patreon members. And again, if you want to join, you can. Free tier. We have a $3 tier, $10 tier. You get shout out on every show, plus a bunch of giveaways, free shit that Dave and I love to give back to y'all, because again, we're fans like y'all. We go through the highs like this season, the lows like most of every other season, and we are fans just like y'all. So we want to make sure that we give you all service, give you guys the spotlight of what you deserve, because again, this is the #1 show for the fans, by the fans, Bears Film Room Podcast. So I appreciate all the love and support. Dave, any final thoughts?
Nope. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you next week. Bears-Packers week, always fun. Huge game. Huge game.
Crazy.
Bears are 9-3. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the Bears. This is winning football, man. You never know when you're going to get next. And this has been a fun season. So appreciate the support. Before you head out, hit that like button, subscribe, comment for the algorithm if you can. But we appreciate you, and we'll see you next week. Bear down.
Peace.